Welcome back to round 5 of the Cologne Legacy Cup. This round I have a special treasure for you. Dredge against Cloudpost, mono blue Cloudpost. So Tim on Dredge and Christian on Cloudpost. I have to admit, both are decks where I, have a lot to learn. So let's have a look at the deck list. The Dredge deck list. As a lands player, I am really quite happy to face this deck. That doesn't necessarily mean I understand every single bit of it. This is an LED Dredge deck, so he wants to play an LED and get his land into the graveyard as early as possible, and then do Dredge stuff from here on. That's what I understand. Mono blue Cloudpost, big mana deck. Khan the Great Creator and Kozilek's Command are, the biggest threats that at least I see on this deck for the kind of decks that I play. I have no idea who's favored in this matchup, and I will try to follow along as much as possible on the screen. Let's see what I can do. Tim is on the left, and Christian is on the right. So Dredge on the left and Mono Blue Cloudpost on the right. I expect this matchup to be quite fast, to be honest, especially looking at Dredge. But maybe I'm proven wrong. Both players keep 7 Christians on the play, starting with an Ancient Tomb. So Dredge can have crazy explosive starts, so I'm curious to see what's happening here. Drawing 2, discarding 2, Faceless Looting. That's an important card for Dredge. Putting 2 cards on the graveyard is important. Let's see what Dredge can put in the graveyard. Golgari Grave Troll. And Stinkweed Imp. 2 Dredges. That's good. Specifically, if Christian has 1 more mana, he could cast Kozilek's Command for 1, exiling 1 card. So having 2 Dredges here in the graveyard, I think, is a big benefit for Tim. But, as said, I'm not an expert on either of the decks. Passes the turn, so now I think we will see some dredging. I assume. Yes, dredging back the Golgari Grave Troll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No idea what this black card is, to be honest. That's a Cephalid Colosseum by Tim. That's a land for turn. Stepping it. To surveil 2. And I think draw a card. Blanking on the card name. Surveilling 3 even, yeah, right. Putting 2 Therapies to the graveyard, and 1 looks like he's thinking about it. Another Faceless Looting. That is big, I think, because it gives at least 2 more opportunities to Dredge. If it resolves, let's see if Christian has a counterspell. He has, of course, a negation. So no Faceless Looting here. It was end of turn. Kozilek's Command for 1. As mentioned before, that is something that can exile cards from a graveyard. Oh, but he doesn't exile any card from the graveyard. He's just scrying and making a spawn. For 4. Can the Great create going down already, looking for a card? Yeah, it's a Tormod script. Graveyard hate. Very good. Very handy to have access to your sideboard in game one. It's might get tricky for Tim now.
Du musst sie händisch ändern, damit er sie kennt. Das habe ich getan. Und dann habe ich die Deckliste aber ein zweites Mal abgegeben, weil mir aufgefallen ist, dass ich
Passing the turn.
normale gespielt habe. Und dabei habe ich den wieder vergessen.
Tim draws, no dredge.
Also uns das Matchup, der Matchup-Loberei noch auf die Nase bekommen. Ja, nö, ist noch. Ich darf danach nur das nächste Mal.
Tim is a little bit in the tank. What to do?
Ja, wie gesagt, wenn ich das nächste verliere, bin ich 3-2-1 und 3-2-1 ist das. Das muss alles machen.
I could imagine Tim is thinking about his outs now, like against the Karn, against the Tormod script. I think whenever he tries to interact with the graveyard, Christian can respond and exile it. So, tough spot. 3 cards in hand for Christian. I think it was 4 for Tim. LED doesn't work under Karn. So, well, that's something. Christian reminded him of, rightfully so. Flashbacking, the Surveil 3. What's the name of the spell? I need to figure that out. Golgari Grave Troll, and one other card going to the graveyard. I can't see which one that is. Oh, it's an Akomover. Akomover trigger on the stack. 4 cards in hand for Tim. Now, Christian probably thinking about whether he should crack the Tormod script. Tim is tapped out, cannot use his LED, so it's not a land drop though, so it's potential that he can cast another looting. Okay. Okay, so exiling the whole graveyard. No good news. But passing the turn. Okay, so no additional land and faceless looting to get back in the Dredge game. Taking Karn down again. Let's see what Christian finds from the graveyard. Oh, Grafdigger's Cage. Well, I would imagine if you see this card game 1, that's not best news for the... Yes, Nottingham is scooping it up. Let's go to game 2 of this match. Christian in the lead with mono blue Cloudposts. A quick look at the deck list and the sideboards again. Again, not a big expert here on what to bring in. I could imagine as a Dredge player, you do not need the ley lines. You probably looking to find any interaction or any way to hate on graveyard hate pieces. So stop Christians, Grafdigger's Cages, and Tormod scripts. Looking at Christian's deck list, to be honest, I'm not sure. Maybe he even leaves the Grafdigger's Cage and the Tormod script in the sideboard, because I mean, there he has access to them via Karn. Not sure if he would even bring them in. Barrowgolf Could be an option because it has a lifelink. If Dredge is doing insane turn 1 or turn 2 stuff, a Barrowglyph with lifelink can turn around a game. But let's see. I mean, as said, not an expert in either of the decks by any means.
Ja, pass auf.
Game 2. So Tim now being on the play.
Sind ja on camera, ey.
Hm?
Sind ja on camera.
So.
Musst du abheben.
Jetzt kommt, muss ich das gerade durcheinander. Du hast recht. Ich habe so viel zu die Länder.
Tim took one mulligan, Christian also took a mulligan, so both players starting with 6 cards in hand in this game.
Wenn du so Leyline hast. Fetch auf
Fetching.
und dann
No pregame actions, which is good news for Tim, right? Leyline of the Void is a possibility, but he also mentioned, but no pregame actions, no leylines. Cable Therapy as being Force of Negation. Tim continuing the fetching.
Katzenzahlen, Tag, Katzenzahlen,
This looks like a pain land. That brings Tim down to 18.
Du ziehst dir einfach eine Schlinge
A
zu.
watery grave.
Schnell da raus. Also, genau, es hätte jetzt so ein
Well, this is by the way, this is a proxy-free tournament, so he could have proxied up all the underground seas in the world if he wanted to. So maybe that's a choice.
Und dann ist da
Grafdigger's Cage.
unendlich Points. Ja. Und das ist natürlich
The Veiled 3.
einnehmen. Und das zeigt dann schon, wenn das Agro-Deck anfängt, hier Disruption reinzulegen, damit ich überhaupt
Possibilities to bring cards on the graveyard, which under the current Grafdigger's Cage are difficult to work with once they are in the graveyard.
die ganze Zeit mit deinen
So I would imagine that Tim is now looking to dig for any possibility to handle Grafdigger's Cage.
trotzdem lang gespielt. Sorry für die.
Christian, so taking a card out of Christian's hands. Oh, that looks like taking a stuck up, right?
Also,
Die Sorge hatte ich, deswegen
das habe ich mir gerade über das Mainboard hatte so, okay,
erstmal
Taking the stuck up, yes. That leaves Christian with a pretty empty hand, like a Force of Will in Ancient Tomb. Not a whole lot to do for him, so playing from the top. If Tim finds a possibility to handle the Grafdigger's Cage, he might be back in the game. Oh, now we see what the very black card was before. It was a mountain. You can see it now on the left, under Tim's hand. It's a mountain that is not very visible on camera. So this is another land, probably also a mountain. Christian finds a Cloudpost. Tim finds a land. Plays the Ancient Tomb. Looks like Christian did draw
gehe ich auf 16.
the Cloudpost and one other card, which we don't know. So Force of Will and one other card we don't know. Fetching another Pain land. Looks like Steam Vents. So
Das muss ehrlich nicht sein.
also wirklich Dredge, lass mal.
looked like an end of turn fetch.
das fühlt sich online zumindest immer. Ja, komm. Wirklich easy. Also nicht easy, aber es ist halt.
Ja. Und stopp bitte.
Trage ich das ein? Einfach ganz normal. Ganz normal, du hast das erste gewonnen und das zweite gewonnen.
Face the Suiting.
Das ist ein ganz cleanes 2-0. Und wenn wir jetzt, wenn es
Looking to dig for solutions here.
zweiter ich dritte ist doch mit sowas. Ich stelle jetzt haben top.
That was a quick discard. Yeah, bridge from below and the grave troll. Oh, hard cast Foxwalkers.
Jawohl, du schießt 4-1.
And that looks also like no other cards in hand for Tim. So the Poxwalkers have to do a lot of work here. Or maybe not that much if Christian is only drawing lands. Two of them being Ancient Tomb, so maybe Christian can help a little bit. Dredge. Notably, Grafdigger's Cage does not stop Dredge, because it's a replacement effect. And no play or no interpretability as what Grafdigger's Cage prevents. So that brings back the Golgari Grave Troll to Tim's hand. The One Ring.
Den beiden habe ich noch zweimal gefunden.
Ja.
Genau, musst du auch.
Apologies for not having life counters on screen. That's my fault. I should have reminded the players before the match.
Dredge 1. Ja. Schade aber auch.
Genau, wenn du jetzt brauchst, bist du safe.
Oh, he found a removal spell for the Grafdigger's Cage, but Christian had the Force of Will, which we knew about. But this removal spell is coming back, and I will look up which one this was, because now I'm getting curious. Oh, that was... Oh, Shenanigans is what the card is called. 1 and a red. Destroy target artifact. Dredge 1. Christian taking 1 from the One Ring and drawing again. One Ring should be on 2 now, right? Them again, trying the Shenanigans on the Grafdigger's Cage. No answer this time by Christian, so... Now a possibility for Tim to do some work. Maybe to flashback some faithless looting.
Dann Trigger Poxwalker.
Wollte nicht mehr so viel für seine Katzen bezahlen. Nee, ich mag Katzen.
He flashbacks Underworldly Gaze. So look at the top 3 cards of your library, put any one number of them into the graveyard and the rest back from the top of your library in any order.
Nee, pass auf, weil ich dachte, der hätte 2 Marken gehabt. Das heißt nicht.
Thinking about what to do with the cards on top. 2 in the graveyard and 1 on top, I think. Now the ring goes to 2, I think it should be on 3 already, or maybe I messed something up.
Nee, ich hab den mal für 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Filter 1 in blau.
Ja, Stocker.
Cast dann Stock. 1.
Casting a stock up, finding things, presumably. Stocking up on stuff.
Ich muss kurz rechnen.
Ja.
Stock up is still being resolved. Christian is calculating things. I assume how much mana he has and how much of it he can use before dying to the One Ring and the Poxwalkers. There is a possibility for things to speed up next turn when Tim has full access to the graveyard and mana. Stock up is resolved, 2 cards taken to Christian's hand. Casting a card.
2 Schaden.
Ja.
seemed to me like Christian said he's going to 16, which would be a lot.
Und Spielen?
Ja.
Down picking the Karn, getting the Cloud script, passing the turn to Tim.
So, auf der Turn?
Tim is drawing, no dredging. I think at this point the game is pretty open. Maybe specifically in this turn the game is very open. The face of looting resolving. Krista deciding not to exile the graveyard at this point. And otherworldly gaze, faithless looting, capital therapy. So one dredge, one draw.
Noch Lager.
Discarding for the faithless looting.
Komm mit. Kann. Cyclonic Rift. What am I witnessing?
6, 7, Filter 1. Nee, warte, das ist falsch. So muss ich machen. 6, 7. Wieso, das ist richtig, gell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ja.
Also, bin Nummer 2, 14. Gebe ich 2 Dudes auf die Hand.
Cyclonic Rift, bringing back the Poxwalkers to Tim's hand.
Dann verliere ich 2, gehe ich auf 12. Ja, dann kam letztes.
Down-ticking Karn, getting the letters, playing the letters from his from 2 of his Cloudposts. That
Ziehe ich noch 2 mit dem Ring.
drawing 3 cards. Another One Ring. That's probably important for Christian to not lose to his own One Ring. And now Tim is scooping it up.
Minimale Chance, dass ich da rauskomme, aber.
So wird's auch weiter. Nee.
Tim scooped it up. I think that was a cool match. Both players had chances. Tim was able to handle the Graphic Cage. It was nice, but then Christian took it over with big mana and the One Ring. The letters closed it up. See you all in the next round. Thank you for watching. Congrats, Christian, for taking this round.